or I might even put a safety if I have a really fast safety. It really depends if you're trying to stop the run or pass. If you're trying to stop the run, it's probably better to use a linebacker. If you're trying to stop the pass, it's probably better to use the safety. Now, there's really only two plays that I use. The Samuel Blitz 3 is going to be my base defense. I'm going to use this whenever I think my opponent's going to pass. It's going to be the #1 defense. It's highly adjustable. It's the best blitz, and it's also a pretty good run defense. But if my opponent's really pounding the rock, I'm going to switch over to the cover 4 show 2, which is definitely the best run defense in the formation. And because of that, I'm always going to want to make sure that I have this in my 4-play audibles. There's a few other plays that I use from time to time, like the cover 2. I just throw that in there to mix it up. If I feel like the receivers are getting too wide open against some of these defenses, I might start using the cover 1, which is a very good defense this year. But for the most part, 90% of the game, I'm running the cover 3 or the cover 4, and it's really based off whether I think they're running or passing. What makes this defense so good is its versatility. Without any adjustments, you can see that the defensive linemen inside the box, or at least the linebackers, are typically outside of the offensive tackles, which is really going to be good for stopping outside runs. Typically, you always want to maintain outside leverage when it comes to outside runs. To make the run defense better, I typically want to shift.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No, I'm just joking. This is the same defense as the 3-5 wide from last year. There's only a few small differences that give this a new formation name. Little things like the fact that there's a 4th defensive lineman in this particular spot here. It's not going to matter at the end of the day, because my first thing that I'm going to do every single time I choose this formation is change these outside guys to linebackers. I want to put my highest zone and my fastest linebackers on the edge because I'm going to be using them in zone coverage a lot. I'm also going to be using them in blitz package a lot. I'm also going to make sure that my middle linebackers are my fastest linebackers. Or I might even put a safety if I have a really fast safety. It really depends if you're trying to stop the run or pass. If you're trying to stop the run, it's probably better to use a linebacker. If you're trying to stop the pass, it's probably better to use the safety. Now, there's really only two plays that I use. The Samuel Blitz 3 is going to be my base defense. I'm going to use this whenever I think my opponent's going to pass. It's going to be the #1 defense. It's highly adjustable. It's the best blitz, and it's also a pretty good run defense. But if my opponent's really pounding the rock, I'm going to switch over to the cover 4 show 2, which is definitely the best run defense in the formation. And because of that, I'm always going to want to make sure that I have this in my 4-play audibles. There's a few other plays that I use from time to time, like the cover 2. I just throw that in there to mix it up. If I feel like the receivers are getting too wide open against some of these defenses, I might start using the cover 1, which is a very good defense this year. But for the most part, 90% of the game, I'm running the cover 3 or the cover 4, and it's really based off whether I think they're running or passing. What makes this defense so good is its versatility. Without any adjustments, you can see that the defensive linemen inside the box, or at least the linebackers, are typically outside of the offensive tackles, which is really going to be good for stopping outside runs. Typically, you always want to maintain outside leverage when it comes to outside runs. To make the run defense better, I typically want to shift the defense by hitting the R1, RB button, whether on Xbox or PlayStation, and shift right. It's going to be right on the left stick.
All right.
This will shift the defensive line and make it look more like
See if we can get some dubs.
set, but at the end of the day, you still maintain that same spacing and that same outside run lane integrity. So it basically allows you to have outside contain while also having small gaps that are hard to run through on the inside as well. In Madden 23, cover 3 is a much improved run defense. In years past, it would really be a bad defense because the cornerbacks drop back, basically allowing a lot of outside run space. But in Madden 23, the linebackers and the defensive ends do a much better job of getting outside and taking away those outside run lanes, which is a lot better than man coverages like man 0 and man cover 1, where essentially the receivers will pull the cornerbacks back, and then the cornerbacks will basically have their backs turned chasing the receivers that are really just running phantom routes.
Where you going?
The better
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Chargers. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway in Southern California. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
Training day.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throwing the out route, and he's got Eckler. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 7 yards there and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Out to his left. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Good shit.
Loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. C.D. Lamb deep for the Cowboys. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-lineman to make the play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Prescott on 3rd and 2. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not that. He came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
What's good, people? How is it going on from back to your channel? If you guys need help, please just subscribe down below. So just make sure you
No
hit that
gain
down.
on the play there, second down.
Episode for you. It's all about feeding your plans to dream the flower state. Because it's super important when that flower state rolls around, because that's when the flowers come out, right? You all want perfect, beautiful flowers. So in today's episode, I'm going to go through exactly what you need to do on that flower state.
Good D. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just steered the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Prescott.
Go along with produce this content that we love producing for you.
As he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game. The coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few interceptions in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Birds need to know what you choose.
Anger is on the punt, and he gets this one
these
away.
plants, especially for the periods, they need different nutrients at different stages of their life.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Society, we always have lots of options when it comes to products and methods. Like you can go
The Charger drive about to get going. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Nice arm and up the throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and first down.
Certainly makes getting him involved in the passing game here for the first time. We've seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can count on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, it's Herbert.
The Hunter plant is a photoperiodic plant species.
Good shit. There's an incompletion here, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
I.e. summertime, and on the flip side, the flowering stage begins when the plants get 12 hours
Second and 10 now from about the
32,
32.
i.e. the flower time. You don't like those flowers. So when the light periods change, the plants are genetically wired to respond to different growth phases. Our favorite medicinal plants thrive in each of these growth periods, and they require specific nutrients. If you heard any of my other videos, you know the NPK ratio is super important. That's basically how much you need to the back of the bottle.
Receivers to run free. There's another example. Another
Evaluating that NPK ratio. This ratio represents the amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium found in different fertilizer products. When it comes to feeding plants,
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
During the bud stage, plants needs a lot of nitrogen. That promotes a lot of leafy growth, and it helps them to get green and hard. But that nitrogen must also be slightly
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And the plants ship their nutrients around to the flowering stage. That's
He could
nitrogen.
not get away that
Right.
time, and another loss on the run on 3rd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Oh, I thought I fumbled.
Return to get back 11 yards. That will build the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As we get closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of first down.
Yeah, this one's this game's feel because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Again, it's Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. The loss results there.
You can also send your $2 alongside your website and using the code ICANTHC at checkout for store-wide savings. Don't forget to use the code to save yourself $2. Now, back to the video.
Damn, Dak. Lazy ass throw.
That still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about it. The ball's not in the end zone, the points going up on the board. It's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
It's always a good idea for us to still find out ways to take your approach to polarization. If you're not sure, we recommend that you follow the experience or coaches, happy companies, to critically assess features and develop their own polarization.
Appreciate it.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
That's what makes it so great. Drop comments down below and let me know what your preference when it comes to the flower stage. Let me know what your preference when it comes to feeding and what you use. I'm always interested to find out what you guys
try
say.
after the first down sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down again.
I have never been
the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
drowning in plants here.
Scott set to do the
This is some big bush.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
I gotta get out of here. See if we get down.
Get the fuck out of here.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1 yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1 yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Today, we are going to be taking a deep look at the production and distribution side of Oklahoma's exploding cannabis industry. And this is just super fun for me. I can't wait.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. They got his man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both of these coaching staffs making their final adjustments for the second half. And then a scoreless game. You figure it's the offensive guys that made the biggest changes to the game plan. For the Cup, let's go back out to Brandon Gott.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the early fourth quarter, number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Oh, nice. Okay, and how long does this...
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have 1 half to play instead of 2. But I would look at my play sheet and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Running lanes ran a premium in the first half, but he's able to find scoring there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A first down carry by Elliott. To about the 40-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. They might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Crazy. Come on into this green hallway. Look what they put green
They'll
light.
try to throw down. Prescott. They'll find way crossing the formation.
Right.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
So we are now in the serious flower budding part of the hydroponic grow process, and I have never in my entire life seen this much marijuana, touched this much. I feel like I have died, but I went to heaven somehow. I must have done something right. Okay. So what did you call this?
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
But if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Show that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
Pretty low, like down here. So you get
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
This is the massive fly that we saw earlier. Oh my God.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 9-yard touchdown.
About time. Good drive, fellas.
Taking the lead as they drive in the second half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score.
We needed that, baby. Play some defense.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
It is very important.
Taken from about the 12. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Let's get a football. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look how little the branch is this big. It's very small.
The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, the bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field.
Ooh. Yeah. He did jump up in front of him real good, though, but yeah.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having.
Yeah, he fucked that throw up.
This defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
From the pistol, here's Elliott.
So you can see the difference between Saturday and here. So this one on my left is untrained. You can see all the leaves and things on. And the one on the right is after these experts have trimmed all the leaves off. And these are the nice, beautiful, like Instagram buds that you see all over.
All right, dude.
This is like what you would sell as a final product, right? Nice. Outside the package. And what strain is this? Spaceball. Nice. And I assume that all the leaves and stuff here gets collected and turned into the shake and the other products that we saw earlier. Nice. Well, how long does this process take? Like how much I assume these guys are going to be going for a long time.
It depends on the strain. Some are weaker than others. Some are super lean, some are not. Typically, one person can train about half a pound to a pound a day.
Half a pound to a pound?
Yeah.
That's a lot. We were saving stems too. We don't waste anything here. I love it. After leaving that room, I am covered head to toe in pot. My hands you can't see, but they like stick together like super glue. My arms are sticky. I smell. It just smells like 18 strains of weed. It's all over my
Should we go
clothing.
to the match?
I feel like if you were to get a nice duster and like comb me down, you could probably roll up my body junk and smoke it. Like I'm a walking
That was
which is
enough.
kind of fun. I shouldn't say that. In this state, it's fun. Other states, not so much. So one of the cool things about cannabis in legal states versus illegal states.
Fuck it, we got one more for you.
Has to get a state certificate of analysis. Not only is it safe, pesticide-free, and all that stuff, but you can see the exact chemical makeup of the plant, the one we just looked at, Grapenstein.
Catch me on some duty real
exactly
quick.
what it's composed of, so that you know the exact chemical makeup of the thing that you're buying and putting in your body.